me for 3 whole years back in high school. The moment she finished speaking, a familiar image surfaced in my mind. Still, the woman in front of me was far different from how she looked in high school. I hesitated for a moment before asking cautiously, "Are you Talia?" As soon as I said her name, a triumphant look spread across her face. "So many years have passed, yet you still haven't forgotten me." Halfway through her sentence, she suddenly changed her tone. "But I need to warn you. Don't get any inappropriate ideas about me. I'm engaged now and my fiancé is none other than Malcolm Fitzroy." Malcolm? The name sounded somewhat familiar. Wasn't the Rolls-Royce at the entrance his? Still, what did any of this have to do with me? There was still a large group of people waiting for me in the conference room to start the meeting. If I didn't leave soon, I was going to be late. Seeing me remain silent, Thalia lightly patted my shoulder with her manicured hand. "Civil servants don't make much money. How about you drive for my fiancé instead? I'll have him pay you $1,000 a month. That's got to be better than your measly salary." As soon as she finished speaking, the crowd burst into laughter. I couldn't understand it. Why did people like them always feel the need to humiliate others just to elevate themselves? This would be my last time attending such a class reunion. I ignored Talia's mockery and casually grabbed my coat, putting it on. "Are you done? If so, step aside. I have things to do." I had barely taken a few steps when Malcolm, who was sitting across from me, suddenly slammed his hand on the table. Immediately, a dozen or so burly men in black suits rushed into the room. I noticed the nameplates on their chests, Fitzroy Group. It was a well-known industry leader in Langston City. Malcolm downed a drink in his glass in one go, then burped. "Griffin, did I say you could leave?" I couldn't help but narrow my eyes. "My legs are attached to my body. Do I need to report to you about where I'm going?" Malcolm burst into laughter after hearing my words. "You're just a lowly civil servant. Don't you realize whose turf you're on? The whole restaurant is owned by my family. Don't you think you need to report to me? Without my permission, you're not leaving through that door today." The class leader sensed the awkward atmosphere and immediately stepped in, saying a few polite words to ease the tension. Hey, both of you, calm down. We've been classmates for over a decade, no need to let something so small ruin the mood." Halfway through, the class leader suddenly turned to me. "Griffin, come on, we've finally all gathered together. How can you just leave early? Come on, sit back down. Let's have a drink together and catch up properly." I knew the class leader was trying to smooth things over for me, but my time was really running out. "Sorry, I know I'm ruining the mood, but I truly have something I need to take care of. There's a whole group of people in the office waiting for me to get back for a meeting." I had barely finished speaking when Malcolm slammed his glass down. "Griffin, cut the act. You're just a low-level civil servant. What kind of meeting could you possibly have to attend? So you're saying a whole group of people is waiting for you? Do you really think you're some kind of leader now?" I was being polite, calling you a civil servant. "Without that, you're just another lousy worker. Got it?" I was just about to retort when the class leader quickly grabbed my hand, whispering a plea. "Griffin, I think you'd better apologize to Malcolm. The Fitzroy family is a leading enterprise here in Langston City. If you offend him, you might lose your job. Sometimes, it's better to just endure." Malcolm could make me lose my job. If I hadn't stayed sober today, I'd almost think I was drunk. Given my current rank, the only way to remove me from my position would be through a direct official order from higher authorities. No matter how wealthy the Fitzroy family might be, even if their wealth rivaled nations, they couldn't possibly have any real influence over me. I gently patted the back of